Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Princess Lily and baby. So on today's topic, I'd like to talk to you about caregiving. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I haven't sat in front of the camera to record like this in a while, so it's very much understandable. But this year I kind of want to do more content like this where I'm seated behind the camera and doing a little bit more talking, because I feel like I have a lot of insights to share with you guys. Now, jumping straight into the video, I won't be doing like lengthy talking because I do love vlogs. So what I'll do is just give like a background story of my vlog. So the vlog this week is taking my mom to the hospital for her visit to the hospital, so this is caregiving journey. I'm going to be giving the account of the story as far as I can remember it, and based on the accounts of what the doctors be telling us and what my mom be feeling and what I be going through. This is just the point of the story. Caregiving, as an African child. I don't know what to title it. Caregiving as an African child. I don't know. But basically, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in February or March, April of 2023. And honestly speaking, this really rocked my world. Okay, this is how it started. So it was February. We had gone to visit her, and on this particular visit, she wasn't quite herself. She wasn't feeling well, and she, expressed it to us, all her 3 kids. We were there with her grandkids, and we had just gone over to visit them, and we had a beautiful lunch, dinner, all of that weekend. And then as soon as we got back, we got a call from our father that, our mom has been hospitalized. And immediately that Wednesday, I went back to Saroe to be with there, and I sort of moved there temporarily for the whole, this was beginning of Feb, so for the whole of Feb, I was just there. And we were doing hospital visits at this point. We would go visit her at the hospital, and at that point they didn't really know what was wrong with her, and it was just speculations at that point until she started doing further tests. Now, the time that she started doing tests, I had already moved away to Maung. This was March now. And I remember this particular day she went to, remember all this, she was hospitalized in Sekoma Hospital for 8 full weeks. So I think I was there for the first 4 weeks, and then I had to move and relocate to Maung in March, right? And then she stayed 4 more weeks, and just before she was released from being hospitalized, she was taken for her test where she got her diagnosis, and the doctor was very rude. He didn't give her any hope. He just told her that, ma'am, you're dying, go home and go rest in peace, go be with your children. And I remember calling her and asking her how it went, and she just said to me that, she told me basically that the doctor was very rude, and he said that there's no hope for her. She's just, he didn't really say wasting hospital resources, but basically that's what he was implying, that there's no cure. So I'm asking her, what's the diagnosis, like what's going on? And she's not really saying anything. And then later on, I call my husband and I ask him, like, have you talked to them? What's the situation? What's going on? And he tells me that she's afraid to tell you that she's been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And that literally broke my heart. I was devastated. First of all, for her, because I can't imagine what she must be going through. And second of all, like, I didn't know what that meant, honestly speaking. I was just in shock. Fast forward, we go on to this battle. they wanted to hospitalize her in Nyangabwe, but then we had to fight with it because we're like, if she's going to be all the way in Francistown, who's going to be caring for her there? There are only 2 oncology wards in Botswana government hospitals, and it's in Francistown and Gaborone. So, oh my goodness. So we really had to fight. My sisters, my aunts, and my cousins, everybody had to be talking to the ministry and all that in order for her to be moved, instead of Nyangabwe, staying in Nyangabwe, being moved to Princess Marina Hospital in Gaborone, so that she receive better care. And well, here she didn't really stay long. I think just a couple of days, and then she started her chemo. They said no, there's still a fighting chance, like let's start you on your chemo. And this is the vlog that you're about to see. So with chemo, there are different types of chemo that a person can be given. It's like you're having different types of headache medication. So she did the first rounds. They are calculated or taken in cycles. So she did the first 6 cycles, and she was doing 1. So they give you this big drip. I don't know if you know what a drip is, but that thing whereby they package it with water, they package it with, it's usually, so this first one was I think 3 liters, something like that. I don't know, I'm not quite sure, I forgot. So they give you that drip. So she was taking that 6 times every 3 weeks. So it meant that she was traveling to gaps every 3 weeks. Now the problem is this really it affects your immune system, in the sense that sometimes she really get sick, and sometimes her blood levels will go really low, and in those times, after those 3 weeks, she can't take her chemo. She have to wait until she recovers. So it kind of takes longer than you think. It's 6 cycles every 3 weeks, so it kind of takes longer. So she started in April and she completed in September, and after she completed, she was fine. The mass that was discovered, the cancer it was on the left lung. It wasn't there anymore, it wasn't there, honestly. So we were really happy, like she was out of the woods, and they were going to do further scans to try to find aftercare treatment, So she lived. October, it was beautiful until there's a guy on TikTok who would go until November, where she started getting all her symptoms back, and I mean all her symptoms back. And this is where the curveball just went. She did further scans again. They really couldn't figure out what was the problem. It was just like when it started back in February, whereby the scans were not really clear and all that. So she started another round of chemo, 6 cycles. This time around, with these cycles, it's every week, because it's like for cycle 1, she has to take 1 treatment this week, and then the next treatment the following week. Then she comes for cycle 2, so every week. So it's supposed to be like in 12 weeks. Right now she's coming for cycle 3, week 2. Remember, she does it in, so cycle 3 week 2, and then she's gonna do scans to see how she's responding. But she's been doing so much better. I feel like she has really recovered her weight. This video was supposed to have featured the queen herself, but she told me that she doesn't want to be photographed or taken videos of that I'm going to post. I can take her personal videos, and this broke my heart, because I asked her why, and she said she doesn't feel quite like herself. And then she said, could we do, because I wanted to interview her on her journey so that she can speak to her journey herself. I also wanted basically just to interview her for my YouTube channel, just to get a background of her story, because I believe she has a beautiful life story that we can all learn from. But she said she's not comfortable in front of the camera, and she asked me if we could do an audio recording instead. And I wasn't really sure how I'm going to go about with the audio recording, so I'm not sure I will do it, but I'll see how I feel. I've been procrastinating interviewing her. I once wanted to interview her after she got released from the hospital. Back then, she hadn't lost her weight and she had agreed, but then I felt really sad at the time, and I didn't do it. And now I feel like, let me respect her boundaries. And that just brings me to something that I've been thinking about recently. Oh my goodness, that dogs, cows, what is going on? So just about boundaries and how, when somebody's sick, we kind of don't respect their boundaries in a way. I mean, I could have just forced her to do the video. I've forced her sort of to do a TikTok with me. And, I just, after, when we spoke about it, I really, got a sense of feeling that, I really need to respect her boundaries. Sometimes she would feel like I just want to lay in bed all day and not have a bath, and I used to feel like, no, but you need to bath twice a day, those types of things. And now I'm really starting to let it go, and I can't exert that kind of authority over her and force her to do stuff. I really need to go with her pace, because she's really going through this and I'm only a caregiver. We can only do so much, And this also brings me to the topic that recently broke my heart as well. The argument that me and my sisters have been having of who's going to be caring for her. They've been feeling like they've been doing everything on their own in terms of taking her to the hospital visits, and it kind of made me angry because you're doing this for your mom and not for me. And that's the thing that caregivers do go through. I realize the exhaustion, caregivers really get tired of just being there, doing hospital visits. It's a government hospital, so you have to be up by 3 in order for you to be done at a decent hour and not even go back the following day. Because I remember there was a time that I was here and I took her to the hospital that time, and we had to do it over 2 days because I was number 15 on the line. So we had to do some stuff today and then go back the following day. But if I'm there, because she also needs to take blood tests every time. These blood tests are the ones which determine if she gets the chemo or not, because they look at her iron levels and stuff like that, how she responded. So and then I just decided to start vlogging so that I can make things easier for myself. I can take my mind off of this thing, because I felt like we should be in this together as sisters, to lighten our burden, because some people have to do it alone. It's just like they're all they have, but we have each other. There's 3 of us. Why do we have to be fighting over something like this? This is what I really felt, and it broke my heart. I think it broke her heart as well, that people are arguing over where she's staying that week, and I think this is the reason why, most of the contributory factor why she would much rather, after her chemo, travel back to Surrey and then travel back the following week, which is also quite strenuous. And then also being a caregiver, it's like you have to change your whole entire routine. You have to change your diet, because she's now on a special diet, and ain't nobody going to try to cook 10 pots. No, to cater for yourself and for her. You have to sort of adjust to the diet that she's having. So what my sister did, and what I also did in my household, is we just changed our whole entire diet so that when she's around, we don't have to, we are already used to the things that she's eating. So, those types of things. And then your own personal, it's like you're going through mourning, but you're not really in mourning. It's a really confusing sad time to go through when you're caregiving for someone. And then sometimes their emotions are really down, and you're just there, you're down yourself. So it's so emotional. And then what I've realized is people only are concerned when somebody's in hospital or once the thing starts, because we had a lot of people checking on us, calling us, and but as soon as she was out of the hospital and months went by, nobody's checking on us. I think I was really disappointed with my friends. None of my friends would suggest or come see her. Like, she comes every week or every 3 weeks, but nobody has even cared to say, yo, let me pass by and come and see your mom. And I don't know, personally, I feel like if one of my friends' parents had an illness like that, I would try to be by their side. I'm not saying like every day, but just that one time, to show your support. But obviously there are people that have been there for me. Thank you to Tepi, she's checked on my mom in Serowe, and thank you to Lesedi. Lesedi has really been a rock. She would come even in my absence when I was in my womb. She would ask me, when is your mom coming? And when she comes, she would go to my parents' house on her own and just be there. And I really, really appreciate that. Somebody said sometimes we care too much about who's not there and we don't appreciate the people who are there. So I'm really grateful for the people who've really been there for me. Let's say we just do some certain things like transport people to the hospital when I'm not there. That is, I'm really grateful. And my husband has been such a rock. He transports her to and from Serowe sometimes. He checks on her all the time. It's an amazing. I'm really, really grateful for my husband, and he really encourages me to be there, to spend time with her. And sometimes I'm afraid to spend time with her because it's like you're afraid of what if this is the last time. But she's doing so much better. She's responding really well to the chemo. So I'm really grateful for that. I didn't want to make this video very long, but I'll give an update. I think I'll give an update maybe every 3 months, and hopefully by then she would feel much better about coming in front of the camera. I'm so grateful to my family, my aunts, my maternal family, also my paternal. They've really been there for us, and I'm so grateful. I'm really, really grateful. So yeah, guys, this year definitely look out for more content. I aim at releasing content every Thursday night not morning, every Thursday night. So this is the first of many for 2024, and I plan on being consistent this year because I really want to take this Christian influencing to another level. I just want to encourage somebody before I end this video that if you're going through a difficult time, if you're going through, you just discovered that your parent is sick, you just discovered a husband, is it a kid, I just want to tell you that, learn to lean and trust in God. He really is the healer and the redeemer, and he also restores our faith. So just lean on to him. Take this time to pray. Sometimes when I really couldn't pray, all I just do is be in worship. And sometimes I just play a sermon in the background, not necessarily intentionally listening to it, but you can catch something if you're like playing a sermon in the background. It's not like being religious, like how I know people would say I'm playing a sermon in the background so that it protects me. No, this is so that your spirit is constantly filled with, the word of God, which is very, very important. I just want to tell you that God loves you and God heals. He heals the brokenhearted, and He brings beauty for ashes. I love you. This is your girl, Princess Lily M. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share my content. Mwah. Hi babies, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Princess Lily M. Baby, it's been a while since I've shot in my car. I hope the thingy is not a disturbance. Hey, I'm waiting for my mom. On this week's vlog, I have the queen herself, Ms. K. Sukwane, Mrs. I've been contemplating on doing this for so long, but I needed a little pick-me-up regarding the whole situation with my mom. So I'm hoping that this vlog would revive our relationship and hopefully get me in the right place and state of mind to be able to care for her better. I'm actually waiting for her right now. We couldn't go and pick her up at the village, so I'm waiting for her in town. This bus stop is kind of dangerous according to me. This is why I keep looking around, because I don't want my thingies grabbed. I think the bus is here. Good. What? I'm vlogging, but I'm afraid of the stop. Did you guys travel? What's up with you? Olepil. Did you guys travel safely? Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite nervous because it's my first time making this. I don't know what it's called in English. I don't know how they're gonna react to it. My husband hates it. He hates the way that I made it. I don't know.
Something was wrong with me.
I hope this is not too sweet. I can't stomach sweet anymore. I hope it's not too sweet. Pizza. It is. You can't really see it, but I made goat liver. Yeah, goat liver. For lunch, the thingy, I don't know what it's called. It went well. They ate up all their food, and so far had a wholesome day. So going great so far. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that I'm headed home. I hate going home to an empty house. I'd rather stay home all day and be home alone than go home to an empty house. So my husband was working late. So yeah, tomorrow morning 4 a.m. it's pick up. Then we go queue up at the hospital. Hi guys, so it's the morning of the hospital visit. We got here at 4:30 a.m. and they opened the gates at 5. So we're seated outside the ward waiting to get in. They're gonna start at 7:30. This is the oncology ward for cancer patients. They also treat outpatients here. It's so crazy. 4:30, and I parked my car way across the place because they don't allow cars into the hospital until 7:30. It's just insane, but we made it. We were the first in the queue, so that's good. And then there's a man behind us, so far just 2 people. Maybe started thinking baby name. I walked something like 10 minutes to the car. And then I left Nana at the hospital. It's 5:30. I left Nana at the hospital because I want to go and make soft porridge for my mom. Then we come in queue. I'm home. Hi, Ma.
How's it doing?
Ke tlogetse ka jacket. O ka mo tlogela a tsamaya ka di crop top wena.
Kae?
A sa apara.
Ha ke a mona.
Ha apara.
Ah.
Yo, one thing about power naps, they're so helpful. I took an hour power nap after making motoho, and now we're back at the hospital. I just went to register her, and we're the first in the line. I hope they'll start almost immediately. What else did I want to say? Oh, these are not walking shoes. I can't believe how sunny it got so quickly.
The same, better, worse.
No, the same.
The same. Can I see your CT, please? Your CT scan?
My CT scan.
Yes.
You can now as well.
I will check for my CT scan.
9 a.m. We just saw the doctor. Now she's waiting for chemo, and we're going to refresh at home. We're going to find something to eat and refresh. Hi. 12:08 and we are done with chemo. I'm back here to pick mom up. I always get shy when I see people, but anyway, I'm literally gonna vlog every part of this day. So now I'm having lunch. Let me show you what I'm having. That's lunch. Yeah, and then I want to head home after this because for some funny reason I can't seem to fall asleep here. I don't know, I miss my bed, so then I leave for my house. But yeah, being back at home just, it reminded me of the girl that I was just telling my husband that I feel like ever since I got married, my prayer life sort of went down. I don't blame him or anything, no, but it went down, and I'm really concerned about this, and I just want to revive it and just being in this room and seeing how zealous I was, and all the things that I used to pray for. I used to have a map. I took that down myself. I blame myself. I used to have a map, and I used to have the map of Botswana, the map of Gaborone, the map of Africa, and the map of the world. And I used to just be praying for people all over the world. That is who I am. Like, I think in 2024, that is who I am. My prayer warrior self. So yeah, it's really lovely being back here, man. My old room, I kid you not, I got those curtains when I was doing 3rd year, and I wonder even if they even wash these. My sister, she probably washes it and then puts it back. And then this,